spring of 2005, we first saw Royal Oak Cottage. Despite its grand name, this was anything but a palace. Having been neglected for many years, it was in a rundown state and would need either extensive renovation or, perhaps more likely, to be demolished. It sat on a generously sized plot, yet it was guided at £100,000, so it seemed likely to interest a developer. But, perhaps surprisingly, it was bought by Peter, a local businessman. He paid a whopping £228,000 to buy the house. Why was he so keen to own it?
Well, I've lived in this house for 23 years and the cottage is next door. To stop somebody from building on it eventually or taking it over and building at the back of the property and taking away my privacy.
So you've paid £227,000 for a bit of privacy?
That's right.
As he's a businessman, it wasn't just privacy he was after. He had plans to demolish the cottage and put up 2 new builds. But when we first went back in the summer of 2005, it seemed that 2 was one too many in the small town of Kirk Langley.
I was hoping to build 2 4-bedroom cottages. Unfortunately, the local authority weren't in agreement with that and they've turned it down because of this section of the village is outside what they call the built envelope of the village. I could appeal, but I've decided not to do that. We've decided now we're taking the driveway through to just put application in now for 1 cottage on this piece of land.
At a single stroke, Peter had seen his potential profit halved and he'd lost a lot of time. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the property market was slowing down and the credit crunch was starting to bite. So 5 years on, has he managed to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat? Wow, pretty impressive. A large detached house with off-street parking and garage now adorns the site of the old cottage. With the addition of a large conservatory and secluded walled garden, this is now a spacious 5-bedroom family house.
After buying the cottage, we decided to have to take it down because it was unsafe and got an architect in to design a nice cottage with 5 bedrooms. The 3 bedrooms are down the bottom, the smaller bedrooms. There's a master bathroom, the jacuzzi with a shower power, and on this side you've got the family bedrooms and the master bedroom with a jacuzzi. This is the office stroke study, which leads into the hall with solid oak floors. Dining room which leads to the conservatory and French windows onto the patio. Downstairs toilet. To the side here we have the dining room, which is linked to the kitchen. And we're walking to the kitchen, which has been designed again on the country style with a 6-burner gas cooker and utilities built in.
In addition to plenty of hard standing for off-road parking, there's a separate garage.
When we got the planning permission, we weren't allowed to put an integral garage on the house, so we built a separate garage away from the house. And after we built it, with the size it is, we decided that a mezzanine floor would be an ideal thing to put in it for a game room, storeroom, or whatever you want to use it for.
Initially, Peter put the house on the market for £500,000, but as there were no takers, he needed to rent it out to recoup some of his substantial costs.
The cost of building it, materials, etc., on the budget that we put in was 166, and it came out at about 165, 170, so it wasn't far out.
This means that with his £228,000 purchase of the house and plot, he's got nearly £400,000 tied up here. Let's hear from 2 local estate agents.
As a house, the design's fine. Gives you all the space you want. I would say, looking at it fairly critically, probably some of the rooms are a touch small, but you can't have a lot of space and a lot of rooms. You have to sacrifice a bit of space if you want more rooms. It's all here.
The positives about the house are the solid wood flooring as you walk through the main door, a good, decent-sized breakfast kitchen, lots of land with it, and that lovely conservatory at the back.
I'd have to say that to the right people, it probably now is worth around £375,000.
I believe the property is now worth £400,000.
Crikey, that shows a 20% drop in house prices. With Peter investing around 400,000 here, it's the difference between a profit and a loss. So what are his views on those valuations?
I like the 400. I don't like the 375.
Those values are still way off what Peter would be prepared to sell for, so he'll continue to rent the house out until the market turns.
This would have a rental value of probably £1,000 to £1,100 a calendar month.
On the rental market, I would expect to achieve approximately £1,200 per calendar month.
Well, the 1200 one is spot on. A few months ago, maybe 12 months ago, you'd have got more, but I'm quite satisfied with the 1200 a month.
£1,200 a month is what Peter's now getting as a rental for the next long-term rent. That will bring in nearly £14,500 a year, but it's not a great return on a £400,000 investment. How does he feel about the last 5 years?
I've thoroughly enjoyed the peaks, and that enjoyed some of the slumps.
It was just outside the town of Wootton Bassett that 8 acres of pasture land came up for auction. They were snapped up for £60,000 by retired couple Mary and Keith, and their 2 horses, Eric and Dusty, were hoping they might get some shelter, not just a big field. So, 5 months on, is it home from home? Well, yes, there's now a smart new stable block. And there are Eric and Dusty.
Yep.
Eric
All
on
right.
the left is Mary's horse, and Dusty is Keith's horse.
In this area, we've had the
Yeah,
stable
no,
built.
it's fair,
We've had
like,
put in this
it's
particular
not-
position because of the prevailing wind to make sure that this area that we're standing in is now sheltered. We have at this end of the stable block a tack room where we keep all our various bits and pieces, and we have 2 stables. Dusty and Eric are in the stables at the moment. We have a 3rd stable which currently we're not using.
With storage for their maintenance equipment and all the horse feed,
Go out to
plus
the
an area
lift
for
if
Mary
it's
and
fine.
Keith to shelter in and make a cup of tea, everyone is well catered for. With tree planting, fencing and building the stables, they certainly haven't let the grass grow under their feet. They're also well on the way to getting mains water on site.
Alright, cool.
The previous owner connected to a supply on the other land, put in a pipe for us, and so now we have running water on this site. And indeed, tomorrow we have a